early view of what the Raptor driving school is all about. So I want to provide you with a bit of a refresher about what a Raptor is. You're going to experience what it does today. And so a little bit of insight as to why it's able to do that is going to be what I'm going to talk about. So we've done generations of Raptors. We have 3 generations of Raptors in total. So we know what that DNA is. And we brought that to the Bronco as well. So you start with a very capable base Bronco that can do the rocks. And we said, you know, we're really good at desert running, but let's not lose that capability of the base truck. So what you're going to find is this is Ultra 4 inspired. It can rule the rocks, and it's awesome at highway speeds in the desert. So it does both. So let me talk a little bit about why it does it. So I'm going to move around. Feel free to bubble. Width. You're familiar with the width. It's 8.6 inches wider than a base Bronco. So, and that's why you see the flares on it to accommodate that width. That width is pretty much line on line with the F-150 Raptor. Why do you want that? Well, you want high speed stability. You want to feel planted and in control. And that's what you'll feel today when you're driving the course today. So you have that width. Looking in the front of the vehicle, you have the grille, very noticeable FORD on the grille. That's what we do on Raptors. Part of it is that we want to keep the vehicle cool. We want to have it breathe as well. So a lot of openness to the front, lots of cooling capability as well. So if you look on the fender, as well as what you can't see on the hood right now, there's vents. In all the vents, everything that we do on a Raptor is with a purpose. It's for the function. I told the studio, I said, we're not going to do something on the outside that's not functional. So fender vents, hood vents, they're all functional, all part of keeping a truck like this cool in a duty cycle that it's expected to rule. In the front of the vehicle, you also see the modular front bumper. These end caps are removable for increased approach angle. So approach angle on this truck is 47 degrees. So pretty impressive there. 2 sets of rigid fog lamps in the front. One controlled as a fog lamp, the other as an aux lamp using the aux switches inside the vehicle. Skid plates, and you can see that, and I always love to see a little bit of contact. So contact on the front skids. So skids cover the engine, the trans, and the T-case over by the fuel tank as well. And if you look on the side here, you'll see that we've even put in some countermeasures for rocks getting caught on the muffler. So you can see that, so you're not catching on anything. Our muffler position is different than a base Bronco, and I'll tell you what that also helps us accomplish. That's the shielding, that's the cooling on the, we'll get back to the inside, but the frame of the truck is reinforced significantly. If you're going to go high-speed deserts through whoops and in rough terrain, you need something planted. So it's a fully boxed high-strength steel frame, and we put all the reinforcements in it that it needs to be a Bronco Raptor. In addition to that, the shock towers are modified because we have tons of travel on this vehicle. 13 inches of travel in the front, 14 inches of travel in the rear. And you use that, and you'll feel how comfortable it is to go over rough terrain with that amount of travel. So the frame and the shock towers are modified to accommodate that travel, as are the control arms. So control arms, the lower control arm is aluminum, and the upper is forged steel. That travel that I talked about, that travel is 60% more travel than a base Bronco in the front and 40% more in the rear. So really awesome for that. Coupled to that is the Fox live valve shock technology. So internal bypass shocks with the Ford Performance calibration of what that system does. We can adjust solenoids within the shocks to control damping for a variety of scenarios. For example, if it anticipates a jump based on the tires being in full rebound, since we have ride height sensors in all 4 corners, we know that we're going to land if we're going to jump. So we're coming down, so we want to have it at full resistance when it comes down. So we're able to do that and really control the truck even better. Other features on the truck, this running board here is fully removable, just with 6 bolts that are included in the toolkit in the glove compartment. And once you take this off, you have a rock rail rated for the truck and fully capable of doing that. Underneath the hood, we have a 418 horsepower, 440 foot-pounds of torque, 3-liter twin-turbo engine. Very capable. You'll feel that curve that we put in this vehicle. So unique turbos on this versus any 3-liter that we have in the company, and really fine-tuned for this. Induction losses are cut down. We've done the plumbing and the intake strategy for the inside for getting air into the engine. That is a significant reduction versus base program in terms of losses. And then the exhaust system is a true dual exhaust system. Now, you won't see flashy tips in the back, and that's functional as well, because you wouldn't want to come down a slope or a rock face and be pinching those, right? Or crushing those. So understated, but it does have active exhaust. So pressing a button on the steering wheel, you can tune the exhaust to be in sport mode or Baja mode. And that really leads into the GOAT mode. So 7 GOAT modes on this truck, 2 of which are unique to Raptor. One is a tow haul mode. So I talked about the relocated muffler. As we took that muffler from the rear of the vehicle on a base to the middle of the vehicle, we were able to put additional bracing in the rear of the vehicle. So it has 1,000 pounds additional trailer tow capability on this truck. The other GOAT mode that we have that's unique is Baja mode, obviously, for the dunes. You'll be going into that setting today, as you're all hoping to do. Inside the seats, Ford Performance Design seats. And you'll get some significant seat time today, so I'm interested in your feedback on the seats, but the team's pretty proud on how we've managed that. Steering wheel, you have Ford Performance specific functionality on the switch pod. So whether it's steering, exhaust, or dampening, you can control that with the toggle switches on the steering wheel. I think the trucks you're driving today are marine grade vinyl interior, but we also offer a black onyx leather interior as well as a blue accent leather interior as well. In the rear of the vehicle that you can't see right now, but these tires obviously are large, and we decided to make 37-inch BF Goodrich KO2 tires standard on the truck. It was the right balance for the truck, with the balance between rocks and high-speed desert running. That was the right tire for this. So in the rear of the vehicle, you'll see what we call the exoskeleton, a reinforcement for that large tire in the rear of the vehicle. So other than that, transmission cooling has been upgraded from a base program vehicle. The transfer case clutches are upgraded. Half shafts, drive shafts, the front axle, the rear axle are all upgraded versus a base program. So it's a Dana 44 in the front, a Dana 50 in the rear, and like I said, everything's upgraded for the task. So with that, that's a little bit about why it's so good and what you're going to experience today. So I'll be around if you have questions while we're driving. Thanks for coming.